Hi guys, today I bring you a very special video. I'm here with Jorje that is actually at NAWCQ top player and one of the top ranked players in DB. Actually at one point he was top 10 in DB with Riddle Beast of all decks. So he is gonna be walking us through some of his thought process behind how he plays on his matchup, and you guys are gonna be able to learn a lot about real matchup footage and decision making. So when you guys are playing the deck out there in the wild, you guys are gonna be able to keep that in mind. Jorje, how you doing, man? How's your day going, and how you feeling with the deck so far?
Doing good. The deck is the best deck of the format. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Best deck, you know?
Yeah, and I know you have been cooking a lot of people, and we're gonna see some of that in action.
Yeah, we got some live gameplay and we have some DB gameplay, just to show you guys like a real feel of how the deck can really operate in both scenarios, I guess. But
yeah, and I want to jump right into it. But I love this style of videos. I love this style of content because I normally am able to show you guys the combos, I'm able to show you guys how you play around certain hand traps, but it's one thing to have that in theory and to see it in practice is something different. So we're going to start here with a matchup that Jorje play against a Tenpai player.
So this gameplay right here is going to be against Tenpai. I believe it was like round 3 or 4 of locals. He says that you go first. It's clear as day that, you know, I'm going to be the one going against Tenpai. So I think as we can see from his hand, he opens up Parilia, Imperm, and I think like full combo. So there is a way to play around this in Ritual Beast, and the card that you're going to need is going to be Ritual Beast Bonds, but you're going to see here that I still have like a counter to it, so like
we
here,
have
let's
two
continue.
Purulia we're playing against here.
Yeah, so I'm debating if I want to chain, I believe, Ash Blossom here, and the reason why I was debating about it was because your hand majority of the time can beat Parilia. You just need to open up like Inheritance or Italy, and I think I opened up Inheritance. So essentially he made my line because I hard opened up the Elder.
Yeah.
So Parilia, you kind of want to stop it, but you'll see in a minute what I do. So says that's fine. See, I opened up Inheritance. I reveal Elder for cost. So now we have to like change lines here, which means we have to like add like a Cannahawk here and then discard and set and then contact. And you see he hard opened up Shifter.
Yeah.
He knows I'm playing Ritual Beast, so he didn't drop it.
Yeah.
And he opened up 4 hand traps and I think a Kaiman, it looks like.
Yeah.
Or terraforming. So he opened up
perfect
broken.
Hand. Literally
perfect hand for Tenpai.
Yeah.
So we discard normal, give him the draw. He draws, I believe, into another name, it looks like. He imperms Rempengu. I'm like thinking here because I think I have Book of Eclipse in my hand. Yep. Chain Book of Eclipse, it goes face down, resolves. So here, let's pause it real quick. So in my graveyard, I have an Elder and Lara in the graveyard. The reason why you want to do this is because now you have the extra body on the board for a contact fusion.
Yeah.
So it's like, if I would have let the Imperm resolve and held the Book of Eclipse at this point, the main thing that you're gonna have to like notice is like, the 1-card Rempengu line is the line that you would have had to do, so then you lose on value. So like Book of Eclipsing here would have been great because now you get a value from Lara from the graveyard from her being able to special summon from deck, and you also get a contact fuse for free with the No-Chi, so it's like super high value here.
Yeah, you got a lot of value here. Yeah.
And as you can see, he's running low on cards, and the crossout's going to be dead in his hand that he has right now because there's nothing he's going to be able to cross out in Ritual Beast that I play. So
yeah, pretty much there's nothing.
Yep. So we have Lara here. She's gonna summon from deck.
Yeah. So we have the Nochi and we have here, and I wanna ask you here. I wanna see what you summon first. Okay.
So I summon out a Lara.
Why Lara here and not when?
So in my head, the way I thought about it was I'm going to go for a Bonds lined with Steeds. So I was never going for the Link 4 to begin with in this combo. But I think it was actually better to do the when in this line, 100%.
Okay. Yeah, but that's stuff like that is always, you can get catch up in those small like minor optimizations. But I mean, at the same time, it's pretty much the same, almost the same, you know? Maybe a tiny bit more optimized your way. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so you
I
go
think it was
fuse, defuse.
I think this was 100% correct here. See, like I add when here, I have it. I believe I just hold it now for follow up. I banish. I send another one.
Oh, Senkanaho, no, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
And then I believe I ban it. I think I do get Kana on the board, but it's from the link too, I believe. Yeah.
Oh, we go. Oh, okay. So you're going.
So I do extend here, but I do this line. So I give him another draw. I bring back this effect, banish. And then he has an Ash Blossom, but it's like, so what? I'm not going for. I believe I know for a fact I don't go for Protos here. Yeah. Because Protos line will require him to gain 2 draws, and we don't want to do that.
Yeah. So why we are thinking? Okay, so we're just gonna do pure Ritual Beast combo the whole way.
Yep. And if you guys know, right, another thing too. So like he was chaining to the Canahawk, so then I never got the draw. So I just defuse summon back. Yeah. Banish, and then all I do from this point on is just contact one more time, I believe.
Got it. So we end up with Wen in hand. Well, we used the Wen, sorry. We end up with the Steed in hand. And here, let me ask you, why don't we go for ulti? Let me see what you decided here.
So back to.
Oh, okay, yeah, you still haven't summoned then. Yeah, that's true.
Yep. And now we have. I think I just contact one more time after I add either bonds or steeds. It's something like that. From here, telling him it's not banished. So we add bonds.
Okay, we add bonds. Now, what's the idea of having bonds here?
So bonds is very crucial, right? Not really so much for the Perilia, but for the Fua, right? It's also great for dodging cards like Imperm and stuff when you have like Elder, Canahawk, and then they for some reason want to Imperm or Veiler the Canahawk on the first summon. It's also really good against when you have the Link 2 and you have like already another body established on the board. You can contact the 2 out. Bonds is extremely powerful. Like it's definitely like the MVP card every time I've ever used it.
Yeah, I know you have been a very big supporter of
Dude, I love Bonds. I think Bonds is like extremely good. I do side it out majority of the time, but and then from here I think I just return 2, I add steeds, and I just tell him to go.
Nice. So we end up. That's interesting. So you give him a total. I think you give him 2 draws, no?
I gave him like 3 draws.
3 draws, yeah. The Wen.
I think it's up to. I think I gave him two or three, I believe. But he like exhausted so much out of his hand, and in my head I'm thinking, okay, I have the Link 2, I have Canahawk, I have No Chi, so he's not gonna be able to Imperm here. My if he did hard open it, he can't Imperm the Link 4 that I'm going to summon off of the bonds.
Yeah, because of
Yep. And then if you guys don't know, right, against Tenpai, the Link 4 is a pseudo floodgate against them because of the Genroku line that they tried doing. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So you'll see here in a moment.
Interesting.
Right, he draws Pydra. This is all fine. The cross out is dead because there's nothing to cross out against Ritual Beast. This right here is fine. You'll see in a moment. I do let this resolve. I'm like, okay, right here, I have to hard debate here because if I don't remove the field spell, then he's going to make the rank 10 play, and then I just lose. So I Canahawk, tag out, summon 2 bodies. A Paleo will banish.
Now here, banishing here, I notice you're debating a lot because I think you're thinking if you want to banish the Lar or not. And I notice you keep it in the graveyard. That's very interesting.
I hold Aura because just in case he tries to run over something, right? I can always just contact. I banish Lara, and then I can summon Winda at this point. So it's really strong.
And now the bond comes into play.
Yeah. Yep. Now you're gonna go bonds here. You're gonna banish both of these, and there's a reason why I did it like this. It's because you can use Nochi to summon back the Link 2, and then Link 2 can summon back 2 more bodies.
Oh, so man, that's so cool. Yeah, I was wondering about that because I was wondering why you do it this way because 99% of the people will use a Pale instead.
Yeah,
but 100%. That's true.
Yep. And you're going to see, I like big brain him out right here. So then now I'm going to banish the field spell by targeting the Nochi and I believe the field spell.
Oh, yeah.
And then Nochi tag out, summon back the Link 2, and you have Link 2 tag out into another 2 bodies.
And you still have, and something relevant here is you guys that you want to keep in mind inheritance is important. The effect is very important on the Tenpai matchup. So you guys are able to end up in inheritance that has a monster you can defuse. That's a lot of value there against Tenpai.
So I want everyone to know from this point on in the gameplay, he's gonna either need a had opened up the Kaiman and Chandra, right? Yeah. So, and even if he does end up going summon Chandra, you're gonna Steeds pop it. So like we've already interacted with our opponent so much, and we still have inheritance to change the battle position of a card. So here, continue the play real quick. So I'm telling him right here that Ritual Beast monsters are all gaining 500. Your guy's losing 2. I'm like debating if I want a Lara. I do decide to do it here to protect the Impalio, and then I summon out Winda.
Yeah, Winda.
I put her in attack position because she's being buffed.
Oh yeah, and she's a 21, no? Yeah.
Yeah, and then he just sets, and I just don't know why he just doesn't scoop here. But I'm like, okay, we'll just go effect here, summon back the Canahawk, Lara, then effective inheritance, switch the Impalio to attack. And then I just don't know why he just didn't scoop here, and then he finally decides to pack it up.
All right.
I believe he does win game 2 because he just opened up like perfect, I think, against me. Yeah, so I go E-Telly. He goes Impulse. No, yeah, he goes Fua.
Oh, okay, no Impulse. Oh.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't Impulse here. Yeah. Right? I think he said like, oh, you don't control a card. And I looked at him like, I do. And then he's like, yeah, I'll just Fua here. And I'm like, oh, it's because Fua will conflict with Fua conflicts with Impulse. So if he Impulse first, then he wouldn't have been able to Fua me.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Because it's being used from hand.
Yep.
I think I lose this game right here. Very bad. He just opened up like perfect against me.
Yeah, his hands looks crazy. Yeah, we might.
He just opened up really good. I summoned out the Canna banish.
Yeah, and that's the thing that against Fua is just difficult, you know. Like I see you're trying to get as much value as you can.
Yeah, I also here pause it real quick for a second. This is a crucial gameplay mess up on my side. As soon as he Fua'd me and I gave him a draw off of that Fua was completely incorrect. The first game interaction I should have done was thrust into D barrier because I gave him a draw before I thrusted.
Yeah.
Right? And me doing that makes me more prone to losing to cards like Ash Blossom.
Ash Blossom, yep.
Yeah, but I mess up on my side very bad this game, even though I have the D barrier and everything like that. Just try to return. Yeah, it was like really bad on my side.
Yeah, at this point we just try to get as much value as we can. Maybe a Stitch, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like super bad at this point.
Yeah.
It's mainly bad because he opened up the I was really trying to get him to use the impulse, but he just wouldn't do it.
Yeah, he had 6 cards in hand against a board that have you have the barrier, no? But he's gonna be able to.
Yeah, it's D barrier Steeds with
3 monsters.
Yeah, and
now do you consider here maybe giving another draw and just fuse again and search bones instead?
I think I should have. I'm not gonna lie. I just don't know why I didn't. Be honest, it was definitely like
you said it out, you know, because you did tell me you said it out.
I think I have follow up in my hand, but this is where okay, right. This is why I think this is why he won. He went battle phase evenly, Tenpai player playing evenly match, and I was just like, what? So I was like, okay, I guess I'm forced to trigger everything as much as possible here. So. I go D barrier and I chain Steeds, destroy my whole board.
Yeah,
but
you have to.
But like even if I contact into Nochi on the following turn here, it's just super bad because Nochi loses to the impulse.
Yeah, we're gonna probably wanna see that. So at this point, he has 6 cards in hand. You are able to.
I just destroy
as much as you try to do here.
Yep, I just destroy my whole board. I'm cleared.
And he's just gonna go Sphere, I'm assuming, no?
Yeah, but like he just has too much. Like he has like seals. He's gonna have like impulse. He's gonna have more hand traps in his hand. You know, it's just too much.
Yeah.
And you see, I have Lara in the graveyard, which is nice.
Yeah.
But you're gonna see what happens. It's just like it's bad. Like he definitely
Seal,
had too much here.
Yep.
So I draw for turn. I draw shifter. I have Book of Eclipse, which is dead because of seals.
Yeah. Oof, and shifter. No, the draw you wanted.
I go Duster. I was hoping it was the impulse, so he doesn't lock himself out.
Yeah.
Summons Genroku. Like, okay. Like,
yeah, now the only starter we have is this right now.
Exactly. So and you're so I feel like I kind of messed up on my turn heavily, because if I would have just summoned out another tamer like Lara or Wen at this point, I can threaten battle phase. He seals, attempts to bounce back the Wen possibly, and then he would lose the game because he does that. So that is like something to keep in mind for like future reference for anybody. Against like a Tenpai player, they most likely will bounce your card back and not like cards like their Genroku.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's
so like I just summoned this back.
The Wen there would have been right. Yeah.
Yeah. So he impulsed the Lara. That's what he did. He impulsed my Lara, and I was like, okay. So
yeah, you're forced to bring a Pelio here and see what you can get done.
Yep. And for anybody wondering, yes, he did chain the seals to the impulse. So then seals is still in the same chain because it's a light. So like, and I just sat pass, and I'm just like, okay, let's see if the Book of Eclipse, a Paleo line, can work. And this is just too much here, and I just pack it up.
Yeah, the point he put two monsters on the board. He said, I get summoning, and I believe from here on it should be very straightforward, no? Especially with that drop lane hand. So.
Yeah, he's just too much. Like this is like the point of where like people will start to say like Tenpai is extremely sacky, and this is like one of those moments. Like I think if he was against anybody, like any type of deck and not just Ritual Beast, it would be like very bad for anybody at this point.
All right. I think from here is very straightforward. So let's go ahead and go.
Yeah, it's just me dying, and then let's just move on to game 3.
Game 3.
Yeah.
So game 3. All right.
So this game, I played out of my mind. So the one thing that you guys need to know is like you need to have knowledge not only about your deck, you need to have knowledge about like everybody else that is playing the game, right? Like you need to know like he's telling you can go first, like you should know.
Yeah,
like
Tenpai player immediately. What kind of hand traps they're using, all that sort of stuff.
Yep, and then for a lot of people also, I want everybody to know this. If you're playing Ritual Beast and you're playing against Tenpai, you probably almost 100% of the time should be wanting to go first because it's an auto win because of Protos, and your deck can just play naturally through hand traps.
Yeah.
So it's not like Snake Eye or anything where like you just lose to certain things. This deck can play through a lot. So here, let's see. So he drops Fua in the draw phase, and I'm like, and he shotgunned it. I ash it.
Nice.
All right. I'm like, okay. He's like, that's fine. I go normal Candlehawk. He's like, are you trying to use the effect? And I'm like, it's an ignition effect, yada, yada, yada. I use it as Chainlink 1. He Chainlink 2's Imperm in his hand. So, guys, in the same chain here, because I have Book of Eclipse, you want to go Chainlink 3, E-Telly. So, here, play this real quick. E-Telly, he goes Ash Blossom. I go Book of Eclipse, and I just destroy right here. So this is like Mega Brain outplayed from this point forward. Yeah.
That was that was really good. Oh my god.
Yep, it's just big brain, one card combo Candlehawk at this point. Your opponent has 2 cards in his hand and is just like, it's game over. And I do double Protos lock him in fire because I play Pit Knight.
Oh,
so like later, so like later in the combo, so after I fire lock him, he uses that Karibo card in his hand, which skips your battle phase, right? Yeah. So I wasn't able to kill him that same turn. So I just made another fire, and I fire locked him, and he just essentially
lost. And from here,
lost.
this is full combo, I'm assuming, no? Like you summon the 2, and this is the combo I show you guys. The combo that's in the spreadsheet, I believe.
Yep. This is the this is the Protos line with Candlehawk. Yeah. It's just like full combo.
Fuse, Kimu, has everything in place now.
Yep. Here, if you want, you can fast forward here.
Yeah, we wanna.
Right, and then you can see like at the end of the combo, I end on like.
Let's go a little bit.
Yeah, like I just keep on going. I keep on going.
Yeah, and all this stuff is you are familiar with the spreadsheet, you're familiar with this, and here we go for the Protoss line.
Yep.
So
and then I'm like, this should be more than enough. SP.
And now we summon Protoss, and here's where I'm gonna...
So another thing to keep in mind for everybody watching, whenever you're going against Tenpai, you can do Protoss Call Fire and have an SP on the board. Because you're not gonna make a pit knight, you know. So SP is very good in situations like this.
Yeah, so
because you can always like if they have like talents or something, you can SP tag out your Protoss in the SP or the Link 4 in the Protoss. So then they can never like win lock you. So you can always just like beat those type of cards.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's very important to remember. Yeah, the SP here, and that has happened to me before. Yeah. So if they try to take your Protoss, you use exchange SP, you banish Boston, and you're safe there.
Yeah, SP is like a really nice like combo piece into the Ritual Beast deck. It's not used as just like removal. It's very nice for combo pieces also. Because like if you have like a Nochi on the board, you can also just resummon back the Link 4, which comes up a lot.
Yeah. Alright, so we have Pandra, we have Chandra, I believe.
Yeah, he doesn't. He literally just passes because he has that Link Rebo in his hand.
Yeah, nothing. Here.
Yeah, and I was debating if I wanted to use my Link 4, and I just like said no, it's not worth it because I don't want to read it. Yeah, I was like, it's whack. I was like, whatever. So I make Gaia Peleo on him, and I just kill him, and I Protoss Fire Lock him. That's all I do. I just Mega Loop here because the follow up at this point is just like game over for any deck.
Yeah, you have way too many resources, so
yeah, it's just too much.
Yeah, you zoom Petelfin. All right. Yeah, Elder normal. Okay. Yeah, I think from here, I think we were more or less straightforward here.
Yeah, it's here if you fast forward a little bit more, like after I'm done like mega looping, see I'm just like
bones, interesting. Do you always search for bones as follow up?
I always search it either for follow up or I'll always have it for one copy. You always want to have it in your deck against like decks like Tenpai and stuff because you're always able, just in case you know the Fua does go through, you can always give them 2 draws and then end on Steeds, Canahawk, possibly a Nochi with a tag out and Steeds. So like you on their turn you have a Link 4, Steeds, Bonds, Banish, Nochi tag out. They can't target the Link 4. It's really nice. And then I Protoss Fire Lock him right. Yep, I make Pin Knight, Protoss Call Fire, pass.
Fire again. And now you have how many? Three Omni Negates, Banish.
Yeah. I know. I think there's like 4. I think there's like 4. Yeah. And like it's over, bro. It doesn't matter.
Protection in graveyard. I mean, no,
he goes.
Cards, no.
Oh, he went Magma here, and I'm literally like, I'm just gonna Gaia Peleo it.
Why not? Yeah, this is one thing that you guys want to keep in mind when you're playing the deck. If you can get to a simplified board state where you can have Gaia Peleo on board, you definitely want to do that. If you want to trade, if you have like 3 cards in hand and they have 3 cards in their hand, you can trade 1 for 1, and normally you're gonna end up in a good spot there. Yeah.
Yes. Now, if you ever open up like Elder, Canahawk, Rempengu Lara, Canahawk Lara, and you always have an extra body in hand, I always go for the anti-nib combos because those combos alone can beat cards like Impulse, and then also beats cards like Nibiru, Imperm, Veiler, Ash.
Yeah.
So, and it also makes the Protoss line a lot stronger because you don't ever go into Protoss until afterwards. So, it's really good in ways like that.
All right, that was really good. I was very impressed there at the end with the double.
Yeah. That game, really game 3 was easily like the shine of the whole entire thing.
The chain there in Italy is something important to remember. You know, if you guys are playing, you can use the Italy as stuff like that can be bait.
Yes, so 100%.
Definitely.
Now, if he didn't, a lot of people are probably going to say like, well, if he would have had just held the Ash for maybe like something like Lara, would it had really mattered? No, not in situations like that because there's already just too much value going on inside of that combo.
All right, so this was on your locals, but most of your testing in the last couple of months has come in DB. So let's go ahead and jump in a DB match really quick. All right, so in this match now we are in DB, and you are playing against Snake Eyes. And you were telling me earlier that the D barrier here, you were just testing it out.
I was main deck testing D barrier just to see if how good it would be.
All right, so we open with 4 cards basically here.
Yep.
And we are going second, by the way.
Yeah,
So,
it was extremely bad. It's
popular?
extremely bad.
Only point of interaction is the Ash here, by the way. So
Correct. Yep.
we wanna get a lot, and I think here, as long as I see you using the Ash, we wanna just go.
Yep.
Really
So I ashed the OSS. So typically, right, what you guys always want to do when playing against like Snake Eye players, usually, depending on how they start off their combo, will dictate how you use your hand traps, right? So playing against them, right? For in this scenario, people would probably think, well, I would have just ashed the Poplar. Well, no, that is 100% incorrect. I usually never touch the Poplar because there's always a chance that they have like another combo piece. Like even if you stop the Poplar, there's a high possibility that they have Witch.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
And we see that after it resolves because he adds Temple. So it's like, okay, so he hard opened up OSS. We're going to ash that. Now he just loses.
Yeah, and also with Poplar, the thing also with Poplar is that this is going to search a card, no? But if that already has that card in the hand, it's not going to make a difference. So that's something that's
so he normaled it, searched the field spell put back, went OSS, and I ashed it. And then I believe this is just like an SP path with 3 points of other interaction in his hand, which is extremely strong, by the way. It's just like, this is a lot. Even for like any other deck other than like...
Yeah, this is
a lot for him.
So if we fast forward until the end of the turn.
Yep.
Oh,
and he's playing
he's playing Fastman stuff. Interesting. Lacrima.
So you cut him off the Snake Eye engine, but you don't cut him off of the off of the rest. And he also does have follow-up because the OSS is in the graveyard.
So we are facing here. If we have follow-up here. We have Omni Negate on field and for 2. And we have an Nibiru, an Ogre, and an Ash Blossom. All right.
Yep.
So let's see our hand. So we have the Elder, we have Italy, we have Lara. We are not going to even count the barrier. And we have Inheritance.
In this situation, I played it out as best as I could to play around multiple hand traps. And you're going to see what I do here. You guys are going to start to see all the bait. So we go Inheritance, reveal the Elder. He will Ogre this.
Yeah.
So then we go E-Telly on res. So then he's like, okay, he's probably desperate because now he knows I have Elder. So he's like, probably doesn't have another card.
Yep.
If that Laura was anything else, I think I would have been able to play past the Nibiru. But you guys are going to see now, we just normal Elder. And then he goes Temple, push up.
Yep.
Doesn't do anything. Laura, I normal the Laura, and then I just contact off.
You contact Fuse, yep.
And you guys will see, like, I obviously am able to play through the board, but I do lose to the Rock because it's just too much, because I have a dead card in my hand, which is the Barrier.
Yeah. Yeah, the barrier, if the barrier was something else, we could have probably played around this one. Yeah, and here the Nibiru just cook us, no?
The Nibiru's me here, and I just get pummeled by it. So, and then he goes Desiree, shuffle back, send the Nib token, which is extremely powerful here.
Yeah.
And then Poplar can just spell and trap zone, die Bellstar, draws into a dead card, but
from here,
it doesn't
this
matter.
Is all... Yep.
Chain Fusion, but it doesn't matter. He got OSS, recycle, grab Ash, normal combo.
No.
Yeah.
All right, so I think this is an OTK from here, no?
Yeah, it's just OTK. I'm dead.
Got it. So we go...
So next game.
Game 2.
I do anticipate him having multiple hand traps, but I opened up absolutely broken.
Yep.
This is crazy.
I like how you open 3 Elders here.
Right. Hey, my luck on DB is always like this. So he goes Ogre on the Cannahawk, and I'm just like, sure, it doesn't matter. There's realistically nothing ever to really Ogre in Ritual Beast, other than like Inheritance, and even sometimes you can get punished by doing that, like how he did in game 1.
Yeah. All right, we'll bring back with the Fuse, and this is basically a full combo from here, I believe.
Yep. This is just full combo.
I will actually, if I see anything, that will actually, but this looks very, very.
Just keep the fast forward button on, and you'll see like we just keep on going.
Such as this, and now we go.
You typically can also read that your opponent does not have cards like You can typically read that your opponent doesn't have cards like Ash Blossom, Veiler, Nib, depending on how far you get into a combo with Ritual Beast. I summon Protos,
There's
scoops it up. Now, this is the game that I played perfectly, in my opinion.
All right. Let's see. We are going second. We open Inheritance, Calvi, Italy, Ash, and Elder, and we are facing Engraver. So this is full Finsmith combo. The Bellstar, nice follow up. We have
the best
Ash,
1-card combo in the deck.
the best 1-card combo, and 2 Nibiru's. All right.
So
let's see. And we don't have a way to negate Nibiru, by the way. So I want to see how you play around this.
So
okay,
goes this.
All right, we
goes
don't.
Into Inception, which this is correct. So pause it up right here real quick. So this was a clean identifier that he has another Nibiru in hand. So he went. First off, if anybody doesn't know, Nibiru is probably like the kryptonite to Ritual Beast. Your opponent is tributing the most powerful hand trap against your deck.
Yeah.
And they decide to sack it off, right? I read it perfectly after this. You also want to Ash Deception because it leaves them off of the Mi Risalago, and it also leaves them off of the Asmina Sylvia, I believe.
Yeah, the Silva, the Omni Negate.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So it leaves them off of 2 really good cards, but unfortunately, he opened up Ash Blossom, which is broken. So
yeah.
You'll see here in a second.
All right, and from here, this is just full combo, no?
Yep. No point of other interaction on my end from him. But I did. I read him perfectly. I knew that he had Nibiru in hand. So my main goal was to play around Nibiru as best as possible. You'll see what I do.
Yeah. So
my top deck, I believe, is
full
insane too.
Combo. Yeah, Lacrima, Whip. Yeah, all the things that we're very used to now with the deck.
Yep.
Yeah.
I still think the Snake Eye Fiendsmith version is like very, very, very powerful. Like, look, like this board is just insane.
Yeah, this is really, yeah.
Yeah, and he was playing the Saryuja goo. He was playing Saryuja. And I'm like, wow.
Oh my god,
this is,
Saryuja, and he get to the Asamina stuff.
And yep. Saryuja got him into Hollow, and then so essentially I'm playing against a full Asmina Fiendsmith Snake Eye board. I'm like, this is crazy. So we're just talking, chat, whatever.
All right,
link off, Princess, summon back, put the IP in the back, and then so essentially they end like this. Because you can Desiree negate the Promethean Princess, which then removes the restriction of a Firelock, and then IP can come up into an SP, linking off the Promethean, and then you have another point of interaction with Princess.
So give me a second. So let me recollect here. So you're facing one only negate.
Yeah.
One only negate for 2.
Yeah.
Princess on field. If she go to the grave, she has a pop.
She will go to the graveyard. Yep.
And a Nibiru.
Yeah.
All right, I want to see this one. This one I want to see. All right.
Oh, and then I believe he also has follow up. Let me see what's the set card? I believe it's Deception, right?
Yeah.
So he has follow up from Deception, and doesn't he have OS in the grave? I think maybe. No, he doesn't. Okay. No. So he does have follow up.
Yep. There is follow up in the grave. Okay. All right.
Yeah, because the follow up is Hollow and Deception. So.
All right. Let's see how we start here. We start
off with Inheritance. Yep.
Reveal
Canahawk. Now I believe he messes up here. Extremely weird to stop Inheritance in my opinion. Yeah. But I debate here if I really do want to use it, and I say no, I believe. So.
Yeah, and that's interesting here because maybe he wanted to do this because he feels very safe, you know? Like I'm thinking if there's monsters, you already have the IP into SP, you want this in the graveyard, this guy is an Omni Negate regardless. Yeah, so
now I think from his end, the reason why he did do it the way he did it was because so I chain called by here so I can then force him out to use Desiree, because if he doesn't, then this Inheritance does go absolutely insane.
Yeah.
I believe I asked him later. He says the reason why he stopped it, I believe, was because he wanted to be able to keep me off of Lara going to the graveyard.
Yeah.
Because that just generates too much follow. Like, it's just too much.
All right.
So he stops that.
The princess.
Yep. Now we go E-Telly. He knows I have Canahawk.
Yep. So why don't we go Elder Kanaha before E-Telly here?
So the reason why is because he still has IP into SP and also Promethean Princess. And we also know he has a Nibiru in hand. So it's best to try to leave it off all the way until we're able to get it. And also Chillhop is the strongest 1-card combo, which then just leads us into another point of interaction for full combo. So this is already full combo. Now we're getting more interaction for more full combo. So we've already baited out two interactions. All he has left is another 2 interactions. So we wait right here. We summon out Lara. He says think. He goes Temple, push up. Which is smart, by the way, because I guess it kind of can play around like cards like Thrust and Talents a little bit more. But he already played into main phase. IP here.
IP here.
Yep, he's going to remove, I believe, the Elder. Yep, it was the Elder. So now I normal Chillhop. Big thing here. Now all we have to do here is just go battle phase. And because we have Inheritance on the board and he never negated it off of the Desiree and decided to negate it, the SP is currently losing 400. And our Chillhop is at 14, which then puts it above it, which is more than enough to run it over. So now all we have to do at this point is
you're telling him. Yeah.
Now we just go Chillhop, banish. So as you guys can see, I'm holding on to this Lara for like my dear life, essentially. We're gonna go Chillhop. Like, okay. And I'm thinking if I want to trigger it, it says nothing. I'm like, okay, we're just gonna return and then we're gonna tag out because we have an Elder that is banished because he gave it to us from the SP.
Perfect.
So,
and we send to back.
And
very important here, we're putting a Spiritual Beast and a Tamer here. So we also have NAWCQ.
Yep, and you also need to keep in mind that the Rempengu is there, which has not been special summoned. So we're going to banish another name, which is going to be Apollo. Right, we're going to link them off. We're going to summon the link too.
Yeah.
He decides to think here. So now I'm like, okay, now we're getting close to the point of interaction for Nibiru.
Yeah.
So we're going to go here, normal summon effect, and then he will nib me, I believe, right here. This is where the nib drops right after this. Here we go. Summon Chillhop. Okay, he lets me go one more time, I believe. I think he was trying to make me exhaust all my tamers and names first.
Yep.
We add Lara here. We will banish send. Oops. There we go, window.
Yep.
And then we made Gaia Pelio. And then this is how we beat the nib. This is the best part. Yep.
Yeah, because now we have the Lara in hand, and now we have NAWCQ still.
Yep. And this is how we beat the nib. Yep. And then now we summon Lara. Lara effect will trigger. That'll get us out the Dolphin, which is the last name that I believe that has not been summoned. He's forced to target the Nochi. Now we tag out. Gaia Pelio negate.
Damn.
And now it's just full rockets. Yeah. Full rocket power at this point. Yeah, he can get his follow-up as much as he wants at this point, but it doesn't matter.
Because here we go, and we have 2 4s on the board now.
Yep, 2 4s on the board. Grab the Nemesis flag, and we just rob him at this point. Search for Protos.
Man, what a player, right? Yeah.
Yep. Banish, make the link 4.
Yep.
Banish, summon. Call fire. He already has fires on the board. Yep. Grab this back.
All that follow-up and nothing to do with it.
Yep. And then we just win here.
Yep.
We just set pass.
Yeah, and from here, I'm assuming this is a step forward. Yeah.
So here's another crucial point we have to keep in mind here. So the link 4 is a floodgate against Hollow, right? For the Silvera, because she tributes for cost. Not this card, but the Asmina card that he will summon. So you're going to see here, he's going to try summoning out, I think, either Risalago, or he's going to summon out the other one, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, as you guys see here, this one was, Jorge was mentioning.
Yep.
Where is the... it's this one. The one that has the...
This is this one doesn't really do much, but it will get him into a wanted, I believe. So he's just trying to get more like bodies on the board as best as possible. So
Black Wish.
You'll see here in a second how we do this. So right here, I believe I flip Steeds coming up, because then we can banish 3. Or not banish 3, we pop 3. Yep, so we Steeds here. We chain the Link 4, targeting the Link monster, right, that it's equipped to. Because Desiree does check on resolution for the Link rating it has.
Yeah.
So because we banished the Link rating, right, now we're able to pretty much pop everything on the board, and we still resolve perfectly fine because it cannot negate. Because there is no reference to it on resolution.
Oh, interesting.
Yep.
Man, I didn't know that. That's something new.
So now we just pop
and
it
then
all.
pop the whole board. And now that's it.
And then...
Jeez, what a match.
That was... Yeah, it was a really good game. This is against the
really
meta
good.
deck. It's not the best meta deck in the format, but it's definitely like probably the second best in the current format.
Yeah.
So...
Alright, so now we are here against Labyrinth, no? We are going second here. We have Transaction Rollback, Big Welcome, Ash, and Ariana. Really good starting hand, by the way.
I wasn't beating this no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's rough.
Now, for a lot of people wondering, Ritual Beast does have like a really good matchup against Lab, because majority of the cards that they do use just don't do anything.
Yeah.
Like Lady popping a card either on field or from hand doesn't really matter. As you guys see, I draw into Fua extremely bad, even though it gives me one draw
against Labyrinth. And he changed the Big Welcome. Yeah.
So, yeah, you usually want to chain to the regular welcome, because then that summons out the big lady, right? The one that can reset, and also says that you cannot respond with monsters to trap cards. You usually want to stop that. So.
Oof, and Ariana is so good. Every time they open that is busted. Yeah.
It doesn't, and then he just draws perfectly against me, like.
Yeah, now we transaction.
Yeah.
Yep. It says. Yeah, this is just
rough,
yeah, because I get rid of that, and that's pretty much the match. Alright.
Yeah, I just can't do much there.
Now game two, we're going first.
Yep, he opens up.
Let's see the start really quick here before we move forward. So we have Strap Tricks, we have Labyrinth, sorry, we have Chandelier, Impulse, we have the Arias, and we have the Full Wallows. And you open TTT, Lara, Protoss, Apelio, and Itali. Now, what we Italing here first? We just go Full Wallows.
We Italied, we Italied, and then
Oh, okay, yeah, the Full Wallows you chain Itali, no? God,
yeah, I believe so, yeah. So
normal Apelio.
Yep.
So what
actually, you know what? I led with Italy. And then he fooed me to the Italy because I had no starter. I had no starter. Yep. So now we just have to essentially play through his board.
No, interesting here. Why do we go cross ships here? You have a Tamer and a Pele. Why we don't go
light, wind, earth for Protoss?
Oh, yeah. You can use Protoss and try to.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yep. So you're gonna see in a second. I'm just like
that's really cool because now you can see the hand.
Yep. So we force out more interaction here, which is fine, and we have guaranteed follow-up. We have 100% guaranteed follow-up at this point. I think I tell him to put back the impulse because it's just too strong, especially for like my Lara, because I am going to trigger the Lara and everything.
Well, another thing that's important here is that we confirm that he doesn't have a way. Well, we don't know why it's face down, no, but he doesn't have a way to interact with the Protoss at least in hand, you know.
Well, we kind of figure what his face towns are because like it's Labyrinth. We know that he's gonna either have like a welcome or something.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see from here.
Blackjack,
which is really good. Grabs Duruma Cannon.
Daruma.
I'm like, oh my god. So we banish 3, summon the Protoss, and then I believe I'm gonna go Lara, summon. And then he goes Trap Tricks. He's gonna get I believe here the Impulse back, and then set Daruma by banishing Daruma, and then he's gonna Daruma my board.
Ooh, so we don't get the Protoss through.
Right, but you guys are gonna see here in a second what ends up happening. We just pass. There's not really much he can do here because he has to remove my board in some way.
Yeah, he has to get rid of this.
Yeah, so here, let's fast forward here. and you guys are going to see here how I come back from this game. It does look like I'm in a really, really big losing situation.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. I mean, it's a low, you know, Labyrinth one of those decks that it's scary when it has like even a little bit of card advantage. It's completely
but like this deck,
where you start trading and
right, but this deck can't kill. This deck cannot kill your opponent when you have bodies established on the board, especially bodies that are either strong or bodies that will flow. So we're going to see that here in a second. So he's doing his normal labyrinth things, doing all this.
Yep.
He bops the so he's just asking what the stats were. That's why. That's why. Yep. Because it wasn't a monster didn't bounce back from a trap, so he couldn't pop anything. He passed his turn.
We are facing. So let's see what we have first. Let's do a recount here. So we have Winda. We have Protoss. We're facing an Impulse, Trap,
which we know.
Welcome, and we know that too. A Lovely on the field.
Yep, and we cannot respond with monster effects. Keep that in mind. So we know all of his set cards because we knew the big welcome from the previous turn when we talenced him, and then we knew that he set the impulse, and then we know that the trap tricks card was set off of the lovely.
Yeah, so, that's true. Yeah, so you know all of
first. Yep. So first point of interaction here is going to be my Protoss. He's going to need to try to stop this Protoss in some way, and if he doesn't, then he just loses. So he's going to bounce the Protoss back, which is completely fine. That
this
doesn't matter.
This looks very bad. I don't know how you if you end up winning this. I don't know how you end up doing it. Let's see.
Right.
Yeah, because
so now a monster was bounced back. So now he played it out perfectly, and he hit me perfectly too. Watch this. He goes lovely effect. Pop the middle card. He snipes the Protoss out of my hand. He played it out perfectly. What can I say? So
jeez, look at this board, man.
Yeah, it's a lot. So we're gonna go Lara.
We have to get through this.
Yep, Lara revive back, and then I believe he does meet this with an impulse. No, he does not. Okay.
Okay, so he hold the impulse there.
And then here, if we look at my banish pile, right? We still have Lara. Well, we already special summoned Lara, but we have an Apelio. So we're fine in that aspect.
All right, we fuse Kanaha, Lara. Yeah, the impulse goes there for sure. Yep. And you take the lady. Yep.
You can't respond with monster effects, so I can't even respond to it. Too. Yep. So this all goes through. He's gonna go Dogmatica. I'm like thinking here, and then I forgot that you cannot respond here. So unfortunately, I believe I do lose this Cannahawk here, but it doesn't matter because we have full combo still afterwards. So keep in mind the big the Daruma Cannon cannot be used, I believe, this turn because it wasn't set this turn.
Oh yeah, that's true. So the Daruma.
Yep. So I try.
That's true.
Yeah, I try using the Cannahawk here, but then he tells me you can't respond, and then this is how I figured out. I was like, you can't respond here. So I'm like, okay, you're right. Yeah. It's fine. So Garua, he gets another draw.
Yes. Oh, look at that advantage.
It's actually so broken. Put the window to attack, go battle. We crash here, which removes the body off of his board, and window will now trigger. We know that the 3 cards that he has are completely dead at this point, so now it's our time to like come back.
Interesting, kind of.
So here, let's fast forward a little bit, right? So then we can get to the part where I grab this normal effect, banish, as you guys know. This summon, bounce back, return, summon. Grab Elder, Cannahawk, banish. Go into Banshee
for flag. Interesting.
Yep.
And you are not playing Corridor, I'm assuming, no?
No. I think Corridor is good, but it depends on the game and like the format and everything. But Corridor is just also like a brick in the deck, I feel like. It just doesn't do enough.
Oh, SP.
Yep, so we're so the reason why you go SP here is because we can now I told him I skipped the step here, so he let me go back, which was nice of him. I'm supposed to make SP here, and then I'm gonna go SP banish the Protoss.
Yeah, and then just so you guys know, we make Crossy first because we need an extra leg monster to have the effect.
Yep. Yeah. Well, no. We kept that banished. We never used it.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No, that's right.
So
Yeah.
Here, let's because we linked off the Banshee and we linked off the other monster.
Yeah, the Banshee is the one. Sorry, my
Yep,
bad.
and then that's how we're now able to trigger off the Protoss here.
So, oh my
Well, not
god.
sorry, the
XP.
SP. So SP target Protoss, banish Protoss. Yep, flag, get back the Protoss.
That's so crazy.
And then just research out the Protoss.
Search out the Protoss again.
And now we get more value here because now we're able to banish 3 different attributes, summon out the Protoss. And then now we have Banshee here that will summon back because we do control a Pyro. And now we have immediate Link 4. And then Link 4 can get you into another Chillhop at most. So we call Dark here.
We get rid of the board,
Yep. So now the board is... He's in a very, very bad situation.
And all of these, by the way, all of this came out of one window. Just FYI.
Off of... Yes, all of this was done off of essentially one window.
Yeah.
Banish, bounce back the Door Mechanic so it can't be used next turn. And then summon back to, search, set. Well, we're going to do this one more time.
Oh,
there we go.
Search the bone always.
Because remember, this is still game 1. So,
yeah.
You know, we came back, we established a full board, and essentially at this point, there's not really anything he can do. Because he's Dark Lock.
He's Dark Lock. I mean, try to hit.
Yep.
We could even protect if we want. We can summon back. We can do whatever we want here.
Yep. So now I'm just like thinking, I'm like, damage, you want to redeclare? He's like, no. I protect the Lara. I take the damage. Yep.
Yeah,
none of this matters either from his end.
There we go.
Because it's like there's just too much. Yeah. Just too much at that point.
All right. Game 3.
Yep.
You are going second here. They open big welcome. Daruma, Labri, Chandelier, Stobitorbi, and Nip. We have Steeds. Oof, it's kind of bad to open. Inheritance.
It's always in my hand. Always in my hand. It's all. Steeds loves me. It's the best card. It's always in my hand.
We have the board Laras and Evenly, which is really good there. Board breaker.
So we're gonna see here. He just sets 3.
So we evenly here first.
Yeah, and as you guys see, I drew the Protoss again.
Yeah, the Protoss one more time.
I always draw Protoss in Steeds. Like if you ever play against me, just know that I'm probably gonna have one of them in my hand. So I go battle phase, start step. He's gonna try sniping.
Yeah, something important to mention here is that you guys always have, when you go in seconds, this is something I normally tell people when I'm coaching them. You have to think about what your win condition here is. You're gonna use your battle phase to get the evenly live. So the objective here is to put Protoss on board. Whatever we do, everything we do, stuff can happen, the Nibiru can come down, whatever. Protoss has to be on board at the end.
Yeah.
So that's what we're gonna play.
Now, yeah, so that's like another thing to keep in mind, right? And I agree with what you said 100%. Like, the Protoss is extremely powerful in so many scenarios. Even if this was like a Skados, it would have been completely fine because you can still just Fiend Lock them, which I think is like immediately times like way worse against Labyrinth.
Yeah.
But you're gonna see here how we operate this. He's gonna go for D-Beer here.
Okay.
But it can't be used this turn because it was set off of the. Yeah, he doesn't have the coup clock to be able to use it the same turn. So I'm like, okay.
All right.
None of this really matters. So he gets coup clock access here. And then he goes that, flips it, calls fusion. I'm like, okay, so we just gotta be able to stall a turn here. We go evenly, which still gets relatively a lot of value here because it removes 2 bodies off the board.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's really nice.
Oh, it's gonna
getting those cards out of the game, because like now if you look at his graveyard, right, he's left with 1 card, right, and there's nothing that can reoccur anymore from the graveyard. He can't he can't get anything back because there's nothing going to be bouncing. Yeah. He's essentially on top deck after this Nibiru.
Pretty much, yeah, because we killed the Daruma.
Yep. So we go Inheritance here, which is extremely strong in situations like this. I believe here I do discard the Chillhop. Yep.
Yeah, and remember, guys,
then we can go
under the barrier here.
Yep, and then we go Lara, normal summon effect, bring back Kenna. Kenna effect, we'll try to trigger here. Banish Lara, Lara will summon. So the reason why you do this is because you never commit to like your real normal summon. So you put your opponent on mind games, and you have 2 unknowns in your hand.
That's true, yeah.
So your opponent will never ever like think of anything else here.
Oh, that's very interesting, yeah. So this whole time he can be thinking, okay, he might have another level 4 on board. I want to keep him off Protoss.
Yep. So let's count our normal summons here. This has been 3 summons total.
Yeah.
So we're getting close to Nibiru. This is summon number 4. We go effective Banshee. He lets it resolve. Then we go flag here. Oh no, we go SP here. Banish. Okay. So this is a smart play here on my end. You do want to go. This was nice because if you look at our graveyard already, we have light, fire, wind, right? So we already have enough for the Protoss. So essentially, all he's going to be able to have to do at this point is try to stop the flag as much as possible. Otherwise, he just loses. Yeah. So and flag is live because we have a fusion that's banished, so we can always just reoccur it back, which is nice. So then we banished the Durma cannon. I'm not sure. As you see, I say bullseye because I sniped him, and then we get the flag. Yeah. He goes nib. Now we chain SP Little Knight here to shut down the rock. So the nib it will not be able to resolve.
Oh yeah, it doesn't resolve because there is nothing on. Yeah, that's true.
Yep. So now if we look at our graveyard one more time here, we're gonna banish fire, light, and wind again. Because there is a light. And now we just summon the Protoss because I hard opened it. And then Protoss called
Protoss Log Dark. I like how you make it all caps.
Yep.
Yep.
And then essentially SP comes back and your opponent. So and a lot of people are probably wondering like, well, SP shouldn't be able to come back here. SP returns, it doesn't summon back. So it will be able to come back under the Protoss. What did he draw here? Did he draw anything of importance here? I think he drew a welcome.
Yeah. Yeah, so, until the end, yeah. He was Trap Trick.
Which is extremely good also because anything, he can set whatever he likes and it'll become 5. So we draw into Lara.
One more time, but
he can't do that, but that was a misplay on my end. How I added Lara, how I added a Psychic off a Psychic, you cannot do that.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, so that was a little bit of a misplay on my end. A little bit of a misplay.
Yeah, well, at this point, Protoss just control the match from here.
Yeah, exactly. Protoss controls the whole entire matchup no matter what.
Yeah.
And if anybody is wondering, like, if he is able to go like Daruma into Daruma, for example, it doesn't matter at all. Simply because we have Inheritance with 2 bodies on the board that can go into a Candlehawk, and Inheritance can always just switch the Protoss back to attack position.
Yeah.
So it's nice lines right here.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know if you noticed, but in all these replays, I think I only shifted 1 player, and it was the Tenpai player.
Yeah.
So it just shows you. It just shows you guys like if I was able to drop shifter against the lab player in like this situation, he would have lost probably off the spot because all those cards in his graveyard are gone forever. Yeah. Like the Ku Clock, the Chandelier, the Stovey, everything is gone. The welcomes, the regular welcomes, they're all gone. So like his reoccursion is just game over.
Yep. All right, man. That was jeez, that was crazy. The flag Protoss there play, debate, all that stuff. That's so good.
You kind of always want to be able to like interrupt your opponent as best as possible with this deck.
Alright guys, those were some really good matches. I wasn't expecting the matches to be this good actually. 3 really good matches that a lot of technical play, a lot of small stuff you guys can keep in mind. The flag, banish, get Protoss back, all that stuff was crazy. It was crazy. Like a lot of things that you don't normally think about, and that's why I think this videos like this has a lot of value, you know? Because you guys can see all these small intricate plays, and then you can add it to your own gameplay, you know? Jorje, any last thought before we leave? You chose really good matches. Any last thing you want to mention before we stop?
Quick thing for everybody that is wanting to pick up this deck for the future. Just keep in mind your sequencing is always like what matters and what really distinguishes like a good player to like a bad player. Like being able to do certain lines that can beat the cards that beat you. Those are like they're gonna be the main thing. Like if you think your hand is bad, just know like trust me, the deck can play through a lot even with a bad hand, as we saw from the replays. against the Labyrinth player, how I opened up really nothing. And same thing goes for like even against like the Snake Eye board. I really didn't open up anything of significance that can crack his board. It was just pure engine, and I just cracked the whole board. So that's the main thing.
Yeah, I always keep in mind sequencing is so important when you're playing this deck, and all the intricate small effects, everything amounts to you being able to maybe break a board or make a comeback in the match, so you have to keep that stuff in mind. Jorje, if people want to reach out, if anybody has any questions, what's the best way to get in touch?
So if anybody wants to reach out to me, you guys can always reach out to me either on Twitter or my Facebook. My Facebook, I am in the Ritual Beast group chat. I'm super active in there. My name is Jorje Kosho, and then on my Twitter, it's GeorgieFN if anyone wants to shoot me a message. But yeah, I mean, if anyone wants any like type of like coaching or like walkthroughs or anything like that, I'm more than welcome to help out. Yeah, pretty much it.
Perfect. And we're gonna go ahead and stay in touch with you because I know you might keep playing this deck. We might do some Malice content together in the future. We'll see.
Oh, also, can I give a quick shout out to someone?
Yeah, for sure.
Shout out to one of my local buddies, Panda Man Wygo, for pretty much uploading the content, the live gameplay, and everything like that. So that's pretty much all of it. Yeah,
and I'm gonna all the links to that, all the links to Jorge's social, all that stuff is gonna be the description below. And you guys also, if you have any questions, you can put in the comments below. If I don't know the answer, I will reach out to Jorge or some of the people we have in the channel in the past to get an answer for you guys. So alas, I really want to thank you guys for watching. If you guys like the video, please feel free to give it a like. If you have any questions, again, just comment below. If you want more content like this one, please feel free and go ahead and give us a subscribe to the channel, because we're gonna be releasing more content like this one. I'm gonna very soon start probably doing some content around Malice, doing some content about different just talk topics that we're gonna cover in the channel. So it's a lot of good stuff coming out for you guys here towards the end of the year and the start of next year. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you.
Bye.